What turns you on in porn but was a disaster in real life? I'm just going to say right now, be real careful with the reverse cowgirl. Now you know how the eye in Pixar feels. This made me sick. Snap. Snap into a Slim Jim. Stimulate your senses? There goes the banjo. Please tell me there wasn't a broken penis involved. No permanent damage. Really, it was just a standing 8 count, but it could have been worse. Came here for this. Looked like a good time in the videos. Did not have a good time. Looks better than it feels, for sure. Helps to have a monster dong, I would guess. I've always had people dog it. I've never had an issue with it. But I guess it's all great till the one time it isn't. The first time I tried anal sex, I thought it felt just like effing a vagina. After a while I told her that, and she said, "That is my vagina." I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" And she said it felt good, so I didn't want you to stop. What can I tell you, the lights were out? Task failed successfully. Sounds like a win to me. Doesn't matter, had sex. This is the best one here. Outdoor and public sex. It went well, but it was so different from what I imagined, lol. I couldn't enjoy it because I was so anxious of getting caught laughing out loud. The one time I was confident of not getting caught was the time hipsters snuck up on me bare-ass pounding my partner. They moved on, so we carried on, until they started setting off fireworks, which is when we decided discretion was the better part of not getting arrested. My wife wanted to have sex in the yard a few months ago. So we went out, and did just that. In the middle of it, I realized that I had never checked if there was any dog poop around. There wasn't any smell, and it was going great, so I moved on. Just as I was about to finish, the sprinklers turned on. So we grabbed everything, and ran to the patio. We were laughing so hard. So we kissed, and started back up again, standing up on the patio. It was some of the best sex I have ever had. Anyway, she is due in April. Haha, wasn't expecting that. Congratulations. Thank you. Trust me, getting a hand job in a theater while watching Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is absurd. Edit. Thanks for the upvotes. Part 1 on the other hand. Same, it's fun until say a kid sees you and you are labeled a sex offender. Tried a vacuum bed, turned out I am allergic to latex. My boyfriend said I looked like a goblin. That's a hell of a way to find out about your latex allergy. Found out from using condoms. I thought I had some terrible infection or something, but figured out that it was the latex after a bit. I definitely don't recommend finding out this way. That's why I just eat a balloon to find out if I am allergic to latex. Self-bondage. Don't do it alone or you will be putting yourself in some serious trouble. A friend of mine was lucky enough that I had to go to their house because I had forgotten something there the last day. He wasn't picking up any calls or anything, and no one had seen him, so I worried. Went to his home, peeked through a window and saw him cuffed and chained to a pipe in his kitchen with a collar. The keys were in front of him but out of reach. I called the locksmith to open the door, but didn't let him see my friend, and saved him. He had been there for at least 12 hours. I remember when I was a horny teen I would use rope I found in the garage to tie my limbs to the bedposts. I got effing stuck in rope burn on my wrists and ankles until the rope just finally had enough tension I could get an extra inch or two to finally undo it. It's neat but like, I had rope marks around my limbs for days. I don't remember how my parents didn't find out. They found out but decided not to entertain it. Sometimes what you don't know won't kill you. Me as ops parents, nah, not having that conversation today. As a parent of teens, you don't know how many times I've said that to myself. I was doing self-bondage using the hoist in the garage and a dom I was chatting with online when I told him did his nut and gave me a huge telling off about how dangerous it was and how could go very wrong. I'm not sure if that was a typo, or if you meant he ejaculated before giving you a lecture. Opposed to us doing your nut means getting angry telling you off. He may have done the other as well, thinking of me and thinking of wish I had found you stuck, haha. Anything humiliation related. When I'm horny it's hot, but when I've busted it would activate my depression. Post nut clarity is a bitch. Edit. Nut not butt. Autocorrect is a bitch too. Post butt clarity indeed. There's a reason aftercare is such an important part of any domination or humiliation related kink. Well, there's lots of reasons, but that's one of them. Sex with the delivery guy. Go on. Are you saying that it didn't deliver? I started delivery since a month now, and sometimes women open the door in these sexy see-through pajamas and look at me seductively. I nervously give them their package and make a hasty retreat. Give them your package instead. Standing up? What? How does that even work? It works with someone who is fun-sized. I was summoned. If you have fun with someone, they're fun-sized. I approve of your outlook on life. I would subscribe to your newsletter. Surprise 30 Rock. Lovers? That word bums me out unless it's between meat and pizza. The protagonist in porn is usually pretty fit. In my life, the protagonist is me. Well. So how many push-ups can you do, big shot? Consecutively. 0.5 total in a day, could be as high as 2. Wow, impressive. Unasked for pro tip, the safest and healthiest way to learn to be able to do full push-ups is through incline. Start by pushing your body away from a wall when your feet are back, then from the back of a couch, then from a chair/bench, then from something slightly off the floor until you can do them on the floor. Especially during the pandemic, the consequences of being sore aren't as bad when we aren't going anywhere anyway. Unasked for add-on to the pro tip, make sure to do both pulling and pushing exercises to avoid imbalances. Pull-up bars are a great investment. Even if you don't have one, you can always do body weight rows. I have this but reverse. I'm into BDSM. Actually doing all that stuff and being tied up and degraded is amazing when I'm experiencing it. But watching it. Yuck. I am just usually too worried that the actresses/actors are safe and everything is consensual. Also, erotic romances with BDSM are the same for me. Fun in real life, absolutely terrible to read about. Particularly because they always carry that stuff over into their daily lives, and it's super off-putting. Disaster is a bit of an exaggeration, but I had a girlfriend that let me put it in her butt a couple times and I just wasn't in love with it. A lot hotter in porn, but in real life I was just thinking there was a perfectly fine vagina right there. Right? More prep, more easing in, didn't feel any better, and didn't smell lovely, chance of poo. I don't know, it just had the naughty factor, but that's about it. Yeah. Why book the muddy campsite when you have that nice yurt already? Why play in the sewer when the playground is across the street? Does anyone want to pin that AskReddit comment about the guy that was into scat? Edit, I found it. Web link. It's a terrible day to be able to read. When her crap touch your tongue and you know you've done wrong, that's amore. Getting a BJ under the table while other people are completely oblivious. Wouldn't have the balls to attempt that. I've always loved this fantasy of risky things like this, but also don't have the guts to do so. But I would do it to my man when he's on the phone or playing video games or something where he still has to try to keep his cool and it's equally as hot. I did this once with my girlfriend while playing EVE Online and reading a thing about the game to like 20 people in a Mumble server. It was kind of awesome. So that's why the intel was bad. Orgy. Remember, the type of people you want at an orgy are never the kinds of people at the orgy. Been to a gay orgy, can effing confirm. I spent most of the time sitting in a chair jerking off, wishing I had spent my $20 doing anything else. Surely you can just get up and leave, or is there some rule about not leaving so you don't make everyone else uncomfortable or something? Out of all the things that might make people at a gay orgy uncomfortable, it's unlikely to be one guy leaving. Probably a sunk cost thing. Like, well, I paid $20, I'm going to get something out of it. If everyone is effing you, that's a gangbang. Threesome, me and 2 women. They fairly quickly forgot about me. My attempts to join weren't batted away, but there was no effort to keep me in either. It was quite easy to see that they were enjoying each other when I wasn't involved. Are you Ross? Did you end up making a sandwich? Turkey with a little mayo. I got a what the F are you doing? Once for trying to alternate between anal and vaginal. Those fellas on the computer do it like it's the most natural thing in the world, but I had to learn from experience that it's actually really dangerous for the vagina-possessing participant. Which makes perfect sense after it was pointed out to me. Kind of like how I try to avoid getting feces stuck up my urethra. Makes me wonder how porn stars are able to do it so confidently. They plan their eating in advance and douche the bejesus out of the arse. In David Simon's most recent show The Deuce, there is a scene where a porn actress grabs a sandwich and her manager says, "Are you sure you want to eat roast beef? You have anal tomorrow." It was kind of funny but also depressingly real. Sex in the car. It looks more lustful and well-positioned in movies. Unless you know how to arrange your seats, you are going to have a bad time. Cue megalovania. Depends on the car, really. One of the things I miss most about my Honda Element is how much room there is for effing with the back seats all the way down. My '72 Grand Prix was great for sex. I had a 1980 Fairmont with front bench seats. Didn't even need to climb in back. Getting caught by someone. In porn I love that crap cause usually that person joins in. Lol, that's not usually what happens in real life. Edit. Thanks for the upvotes, my first big comment, so it's pretty cool. Not usually. I'm sure it's happened before, smiley face. Amen. My ex-wife's mother was certainly not interested in joining in. But did you even ask? She was too busy shrieking to get a word in edgewise. Killjoy. When people act so oblivious when someone is getting a blowjob under the table too. It usually involves someone's parent and step-parent. Threesome. Never with a wife and one of her female friends. Ruined a friendship and I got a guilt trip for months about her not being enough. Was not worth the headache. Lol, I dated a girl years ago who was jealous as F. Like delete all your female friends on Facebook jealous. Who also wanted to have a threesome with random girls. That was a disaster waiting to happen. I was smart enough to always talk her out of it. To be fair, we all know that wasn't going to last, could have had one good memory out of it. Shower sex. Thought it was going to be great, but every time I've tried it the experience has been disappointing. There are just so many cons. Water is an anti-lubricant. Someone is always either cold or being waterboarded, it's usually cramped, and there's always the risk of slipping and seriously injuring yourself. Showers are great for foreplay, though. The problem with showers as foreplay is that there's always the delay while you and your partner dry yourselves off. Rarely does it transition seamlessly into hot sex on the bed. Throw some towels in the dryer to heat up first, then jump out of the shower and towel each other off with warm, fluffy towels. Edit. I just want to say how honored I feel to have received the Wholesome Award for a description of something I did with half a dozen naked friends while on MDMA. This guy F's. This guy towels. I'm too afraid of falling and seriously injuring myself to try it. Tried it twice, both times were an absolute disaster and bloodbath, literally haha. First time was going well, until he decided to remove the shower head to give me some extra fun. Worked, until he accidentally let go and the pressure made it swing up and hit me in the face. Bloody nose, a busted lip and I bit the inside of my mouth good. Could have sworn I lost a tooth too in the moment there was so much blood, but luckily they were all there lol. Went from hot to not in a second haha. Second time I had my back on the wall between the two hot/cold taps and my legs up around his waist, using my weight in the wall to hold me up. As he pulled out, I lost my grip and slipped, and because most of my weight had been against the wall, I fell pretty quick and hard. Smashed my head on one of the taps as I fell and cracked it open lol. 3 stitches I needed haha. He had been holding me but obviously not well, or he let me go when I fell, we can't remember. Now, I don't do shower sex anymore laughing my butt off. Geez, after the first time you should have learned your lesson, but horniness will make you do anything. Need a shower with 2 faucets and a conveniently placed hand grip so she can be comfy and supported while bent over. I'd say unless you have a custom-built sex shower the whole experience is garbage. She wanted to go for anal sex. I was like, why not? She started crying in pain, lasted about 5 seconds, and when I pulled out I had a piece of. Well, maybe it's better if I stop talking about it. I'm still traumatized. Can't go to a party at Poop's house then get mad when Poop shows up. One of my favorite lines. I also like can't go banging on crap's door and be mad when crap shows up. Don't stick your hand down a badger hole and get surprised when you find a badger. Painal. Had a girlfriend that cried every time, but always wanted to do anal. Always made me come so hard, definitely made me question how messed up I am. Sounds like she's messed up too. I've heard proper anal requires so much prep. Never been brave enough to try. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.